Hi, I'm Narendra Kumar, and in this video, I'm going to teach you what is a secret scope, why do we need a secret scope in Databricks, and how to create a new secret scope. Uh, and once we have a scope, then how to create a secret inside it, and then how to read and use that secret without exposing it to the code or anywhere. And all these things we will do it a hands-on in Databricks free edition. So let's get started. So here I'm in my Databricks workspace free edition. First, let's understand why do we need a secret scope and secrets. Let's say this is one example where I'm connecting with a JDBC source and I'm reading some data. So as part of the connection, we need to provide many details along with the password or the token. So this password normally we have to avoid putting in the part of the coding. So we need some place where we can store it safely and it is not printed in the code, and we can change in one place and use everywhere that we want. So for that we need to create a password storage kind of entity, and that is what is called as secret scope. And in Databricks workspace, uh, to manage these secrets, we have this utility or library which is part of DB utils. So to check what all secret scopes are currently available in our workspace, we use this command dbutils.secrets.list scopes. So as you can see here, I have only one scope, but by default, if you have created newly, you will not see any scope. We will see how we can create it. So first let's get started by creating one secret scope. And this is something strange I found that uh, normally we can create these scopes using UI. There are some options, but in free edition, those are disabled. And even if we ask Google, it will say like it is currently not supported. But then I found a workaround. So using APIs, we can still create these scopes and secret. So we can use it in the free edition and then uh, try it out. So for that purpose, I have created this notebook. First, this is just some utility I'm running. So what this will do is it will create a URL and it will create a token. And if you can see, this is the URL which is same as my top URL, just the workspace URL. And this token, it is not printing; it is a secret. So it will always print redacted. And after using this URL and token, I have written this code to programmatically create this scope. So this is the URL I'm hitting. This is the scope name I'm providing. So I have already one. So this is my name. You can provide any name that you want. And this backend type is very important. So if by default we specify Databricks, so it will create it in Databricks only. Or if we want to create in Azure Key Vault, that is also supported. But here we will be creating in Databricks. So if we run this code, it will create this scope for us first. So now it is saying like this scope, it is created successfully. After creating this scope, inside this scope, let's say we want to store something. So in our example, in this JDBC code, we wanted to use a token. So for that purpose, this is the scope we have just created. And then we need to provide any key. It can be any name that we want to provide, which we will use while accessing this data. And then we need to put the value that we want. So here we need to, we can put any value that we want to store. But because we are connecting with JDBC here to the same Databricks, I will explain how I got these JDBC connections and all. But first we will store the our access token here. So how to get this token? For that purpose, we need to go here on the right side, click on settings, and then go to developer. Then in the access token, we need to go to manage and generate a new one. So we can give it any name that we want, and we can change its validity. I'm just setting 1 day because I'm doing it for the demo. You can increase it if you want to keep using it. So here it is generated. I have copied it. So this is the secret I will be putting in that code. So here I will paste that secret that I want to store it. And what this code will do is it will inside the scope we had created, it will store a secret with this key name and this value. So that's how it will work. So now this key it is created and the secret it is stored inside it. And then this rest of the code it is to delete that scope if you want to do. So you can use it if you want, otherwise you can ignore it. And all these notebooks I have put it on GitHub. The link is there in the description. Once we have put up these secrets, and in actual projects putting up these secrets it is normally done by the admins or architects. As a developer we always use these secrets. So let's see how do we use these secret once we have it. So like we have this command to list the scopes available, similarly we have another command secrets.list, and if we provide our secret scope name, then it will provide what all secrets are available inside that secret scope. So right now we have only one that we created, and to read this key or this secret we have this command like dbutils.secrets.get, and it takes two argument, the secret scope name and the key with whatever name it is stored there, and then we store it in the variable after it reads it. So if I run this command, it has read that secret or that token we had specified, and that value it is inside this. And if it try to print this value, so Databricks it knows that it is a secret and it will not print the actual value to us. So that is how like it stored it securely. And even in our code, if we by mistake put any print command, it will not print it. So that's how it provides security. But there is a flaw also in it, which even Databricks they have mentioned in their documentation, that by default it will not print it. But if somebody they do a like iteration over it, like they this is basically a string, and if they decide to read character by character and then print them, then it let it print. It doesn't put dedicated or something. So this is a bug or flaw in Databricks, which they have mentioned. It works like that, but in practical, like no developer will print a secret like this, so it's not a big deal. But we shall be aware about it. So now that we know how to uh, read a secret, let's see practically how it will work. So now let's go back to our original code where we were making a connection to the JDBC. So here I'm connecting to this JDBC, and if you want to try it out, so how you can get this JDBC URL is you need to go to compute and then go to this serverless warehouse that is available, go to connection details, and this is where we can copy this JDBC URL. So here when we are making this connection, we will be connecting to this SQL warehouse. So that URL I have pasted here, and the key that we had read. So if we read this key like this, so now it has read that value in this notebook and stored here. It is not printing it, but if we use it in the variable and in our spark.read, if we specify it, so internally it will pass the value which was there to the API. It will use that value, secret value, and it will provide us the data. So if we run this command, it will use that token and it will display the data from this table. And here as the code is running now, if we go to warehouse, we can see that it has automatically started the warehouse which was stopped previously. And now it is reading that data. Now the job is completed and we can see the data. So this is how we can use these secret scopes and secrets to store all the password or username or connection details, whatever we want securely in Databricks. And now because I'm done with this demo, so I will use this delete scope. What it will do is it will check all the keys inside that scope. It will delete all the keys, this key, and it has deleted the secret scope also. So that's how easily we can delete it. And after this, anyway, like don't forget to delete the tokens also to be safe, or don't share those with anyone. So that's all I wanted to explain to you. If you still have any doubts, put a comment. If you liked my content, please put a like and comment on this video. Thank you. Bye bye. Happy learning.